Depop, the online platform that at one point was everywhere. And today? So what happened to this reselling Goliath? In this video, we're going to take a look at the rise and fall of Depop and get to why this happened and if there's any hope left for them.
Talk to us about targeting Gen Z.
Depop is a marketplace where people buy and sell fashion, and what we do is we're empowering them to build businesses.
My name's Tristan and I've been a user of Depop for over 10 years. During COVID in 2020, like many others, I started to resell on the platform. At first it was clearing out some old t-shirts from the back of my wardrobe, then I got fully sucked into it. I started ordering bales of used clothes online, going to warehouses to pick through literal tons of vintage clothes. And for a while, it was great. But the past couple of years, myself and many others have seen the slow decline of the platform. So let's start from the beginning.
Swap retail for resale. Buy, sell, welcome to Depop.
Depop was founded in 2011 by this guy, Simon Beckerman. He was also a co-founder of Pig magazine, and he had a vision. The platform was originally designed for readers to purchase items from featured artists in the magazine, but it soon developed into an online flea market, with users uploading their own old clothes to the app. Now, of course, there was already eBay. eBay has been about for years, and at this point, it was pretty well established, but it lacked something. It felt too uniform, and that's where Depop found its niche. It soon had an aesthetic interface similar to that of Instagram or Pinterest, where people could showcase their clothes and build a unique style or feel to their page. It really did have this social media aspect to it. You could follow sellers, you could like the items, and you could curate your own wish list. It was easy to use and it looked good. Now, while they were founded in Milan, before long they relocated its headquarters to London and set up shop there, which kind of made sense, taking into consideration the main markets it operated in were the UK, US and Australia. And then COVID hit.
China has identified the cause of the
Mysterious new virus.
Coronavirus.
And that's when the platform reached new heights. 2020, the world goes into lockdown and the way people lived and shopped changed drastically. Basically, everything and everyone went online. People needed extra cash, so started clearing out their wardrobes. And on the flip side, people couldn't go out to shop on the high street, so they started shopping more and more online. This was what I would call the golden age of Depop. The app had this kind of community feel to it. It was also the age of the explore page. Now, I don't know if you ever had something hit the explore page, but boy, if you did, you'd be getting hundreds of likes, follows, and the item would sell out pretty much instantly. It was the landing page. When you first clicked onto Depop, you'd be brought there. It was a great place to discover new things which you didn't know you liked or needed, rather than having to search for them. At this time, the user base had shot up to 25 million people, and the sales for 2020 over $500 million. Then 2021 came around and Etsy bought Depop. Quick break just to say, if you're enjoying this video, please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you're thinking in the comments. Now, Etsy acquired Depop for $1.65 billion. But at the same time Depop had been bought by Etsy, a lot of people were talking about whether this would be a good thing for the app or a bad thing. Now, I think there were many small factors which led to the culmination of the downfall of Depop. Let's start with the algorithm and interface of the app. It felt like it was always changing. You'd log on and boom, the explore page is gone. The app looks completely different. At this time, a lot of people were using bots on the platform. So you'd go onto the search function, searching for, let's say, a black graphic print t-shirt, and you'd get met with results which did not match your search whatsoever. Another big factor was the world opening up again. You could go outside, you could go to the high street, you could go to the shopping centre, you go thrifting, you go to flea market, car boot sale, you could do stuff again. You weren't spending all your time on your phone. But the constant changing of the app design, in my eyes, wasn't really necessary. Even to this day, they're still making big changes and swapping stuff around. Almost feels like they don't know which direction to go in. And while the world was opening up, the app was getting more and more saturated and also gaining a reputation. And the reputation they gained wasn't a good one. It was actually for being a bit of a rip-off, where at one point you could find some nice Yohji Yamamoto trousers for 40 or 50 pounds. Now you're seeing £250 brown Gap hoodies. No thank you. And let's be honest, it got super saturated. There were so many resellers selling basically the same things for pretty high prices. It became a maze to try and find the things that you actually wanted. And the elephant in the room, for the UK at least, was Vinted. Vinted came in with 0 seller fees, and the app gained massive traction fast. It was less aesthetic than Depop for sure, but it was cheaper. You could make offers, something which Depop only introduced much later on. Now once Vinted started dominating the scene, it felt like Depop was just playing catch up. They changed their fee structure to compete with Vinted, but it felt like the app was already turning into a graveyard. Today, Depop is still there, and it actually got bought this year by eBay for $1.2 billion.
To also help reinforce their leadership in e-commerce and to appeal to a more Gen Z and millennial customer base, eBay also announcing it's acquiring secondhand clothing marketplace Depop for $1.2 billion. Aiming to capture that extra Gen Z shopper.
Which is still a crazy amount, but you can see that it's lost a significant amount of value in just a few years. I still use the app personally, but not as much as I once did. I actually lost my top seller status a couple months ago, which I'd had for like 4 or 5 years, and I wasn't really bothered by it. I do still like the look of the app, but it kind of lost its magic for me. The last time I bought something on there was over 2 years ago. It's kind of regained this explore page type of thing, but it's not the same as it once was. I kind of think as the generation who religiously used to use it have grown up, maybe they've kind of grown out of it. And perhaps for the younger generation, Depop's just got a bad reputation and they prefer to stick with Vinted or other platforms. Is there hope? Perhaps eBay will regenerate some of the spark it once had, but I wouldn't personally put my money into it. Do you still use Depop? And do you think it'll make a comeback one day? And with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.